Happy to get the win. An ugly game. I thought we showed some toughness in the fourth quarter to get the stops that we needed to kind of separate ourselves. Adversely, though, I thought we played a little sped up. So there's some great teaching points throughout the game that we can go back and watch film. And that's really what you're looking for early on in the preseason, opportunities to grow and get better. You mentioned we've played 3 really different games so far. The overtime game, last game, gave us an opportunity. I thought we showed a lot of grit to come back, to one, take it to overtime, but dominate in the overtime. And then today I thought we were not as tight as far as doing the little things when we got the lead. So we'll be able to go back and watch and learn from our mistakes.
What was it about what Idaho State was doing that gave them such an advantage to getting to the boards, both defensively and really offensive rebounding, was really what kept them in the game for the first 30 minutes, it seemed?
I don't know if it was anything special. It was just want to and hustle. And they outworked us. I told the coach at the end, I thought they outplayed us the entire 40 minutes. We were lucky enough just to, have some kids make some plays down the stretch. But I thought they did what we said they were going to do. The scouting report, if I showed it to you, would say they O-board like crazy, and we just didn't do a great job. I thought our bigs did an okay job rebounding, but it was when the ball went over their head and our guards were standing and watching. So again, a lot of film we'll be able to watch to get better, but they just out-hustled us.
Through 3 quarters, they outscored you 30-16 in the paint, and then that narrowed to 36-30 after the fourth. How did that change?
The paint points they got were off O-boards and then penetration. So again, we need to do a better job of containing and keeping our player in front of us. And they did a really good job of taking that away, because that's a strength of ours. Obviously with AD and Kim, we look to throw the ball in. We turn the ball over trying to throw. They packed the paint in and made it really tight. So it was tough for us to do what we do well. But again, I love this early on because now we can go back and reevaluate what we're doing. But they just did a better job of getting downhill. We were a little spread out. We didn't contain. And then the offensive boards just really kicked our butt.
Before the season, you talked about the versatility in ways that the team can score. How important is it, to have Meghan tying her career high for threes made in the first half when you can't get it inside as much? Naomi makes a 3, Aaron makes a 3.
Well, I think we have shooters this year that can knock down shots. We got to put it all together, though. And again, that's what I can't say it enough. That's what the preseason is for. Our half court offense is needing some improvement, and that's on me. I'm going to own that, and I'm going to go back and watch and see where we can get better. We're going to play another really good team, San Francisco, on Saturday. That's going to be very similar to what Idaho State tried to do, pack the paint, take it away from our bigs. So we're going to have to knock down some open shots and play. So I think Veronica needs to be a little bit more aggressive. I think Naomi needs to be a little bit more aggressive. They're both kids that can score. So I'll watch film with them and show them where they can be better. But when we get this thing rolling, I think we're going to be a really good team.
Are you happy with what the bench is continuing to do on the court?
It's a great question. I think our bench outplayed the starters early on in the second quarter and second half of the first quarter. I thought they kept us in the game. So, and yes, I'm very happy with we call them the game changers, and I thought they changed the game. And that just goes to our versatility and depth. I have kids coming off the bench that could be starting. So really proud of what they were able to do, because I thought they did a lot. I didn't think Kim had a great game today, but I thought Callie and Kylie and Jaslyn came in and really filled those minutes. So again, I like my team. I think we're going to be really good, but we just got to put it all together.
Those 3-pointers, you guys made 43.8% in the game. They only made 20. What do you think went into that, both offensively and defensively?
I don't think threes are their strong suit. However, they can get downhill. So we traded a couple threes and they had way too many twos. I mean, they had more possessions than us. They just chose to drive it as opposed to shooting it. Again, much respect to them. They know what they're good at. They run an offense that's really hard to guard and kept us on our heels all night. But that's what the preseason's for, so we'll work on that. I'm trying to get to 10 threes. I think we made 7 tonight. That's the most we've had in a game. We need to get 3 more. So I got to figure out a way to get Aaron some shots and Nat some shots, Meghan shots, so we can get that number even into double digits.
The defense suffocating things down the stretch. But once the Bengals went into the half-court press, it seemed like the team was sped up some.
Yeah.
Just What's the team do to clean that up going forward?
I'm going to watch film with Naomi and Ronnie and the rest of the team and see where we can be better. I thought we turned the ball over. They were aggressive. They're long, got some deflections. We turned the ball over. Those are things that we'll clean up and get better at. The good news about this is we can play poorly and still win. I mean, that's a good thing. But I'm just excited to get back in the gym with them so we can improve on some of those things.
You played this USF team at Chase Center last year. What do you remember about them? What are you looking forward to this coming Saturday?
They're a good team. They're well coached. They have a really good post player that can score. They have good guards that can shoot it a little bit. So they're very similar to us in that aspect. So it's going to be a great game. We're going to have to be a lot better defensively and take care of the ball. And they're going to watch this and they're all going to crash the board. So we got to do a better job blocking out.
In the offseason, you were highlighting Meghan on the improvements she made now that the games have started. What have you seen out of her?
You know, she talked about being a vocal leader, and that's true, and she is doing that. But the jump she's made just for, the mental approach to each game. I have her on the best, or one of the better guards, if not the best guard. She's defending now at a high level. I don't think she's taking bad shots. She's taking the shots that she gets. She's just really playing really well. She's waited her turn, and she's worked to get these opportunities, and I'm just proud that she's having the season that she's having thus far. But I still think she can, even improve in so many areas. She's going to get better and better the more minutes she plays.
Yeah, I would definitely say in the off season, I've been in the gym every day with Erin, so kind of been taking her lead on that, following her work ethic, and obviously it's helped me become a better shooter. I think the confidence that all my coaches and teammates have instilled in me also allowed me to make those shots and be able to keep taking those shots. And yeah.
Did you know you tied your career high?
No, I did not.
And what would you say was maybe your, other than, making career high, I mean, just you being part of this team, what do you think you bring to the court and to FC?
Yeah, I would say I feel like I bring a lot of maturity and also just like a voice. I know Coach Stacie probably was a little surprised I'd say that, but I am constantly in communication with my teammates. I'm constantly talking to them on the court. And yeah, I just think being able to communicate with everybody clearly has helped me a lot this year.
It was a real scrappy game, back and forth up until the final quarter there. What was the sense on the bench about, staying in it despite giving up so many second chance opportunities through the first 30 minutes or so?
Yeah, we just knew we needed to work harder. We knew that we were being out-hustled, out-rebounded, obviously, and I think it just took a second gear for us. Like, we just had to buy into that, and ultimately we were able to get it done.
You hold them scoreless for almost 5 minutes in the fourth quarter. They make only 2 of their last 12. Just talk about the defensive lock-in that you had to see it out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think we were just playing how we know we're supposed to play. That is the defense that we've been putting in, and that's how we're supposed to play it. And I think that when we do it and we really buy into it, that's what happens to other teams.
It seemed like there was more of an emphasis, too, in getting into the paint in the fourth quarter. Quezada goes for, I think, 7 that it was. And you guys really put your stamp on the game in the paint to close things out.
Yeah, definitely. We know who's the hot hand, and we know that we definitely want to get it inside to our returning top league scorers from last year. And yeah, it worked today.
How are you going to use that going forward to carry yourself beyond?
Yeah, I think we're still going to obviously try to keep hitting that. Then outside of that, when teams adjust, where you have a lot of good options on the outside with our guard play.
3 really different wins so far to start the season. What parts do you take on this to build going forward?
Yeah, I think we just kind of are taking all of it. We know we haven't played our best basketball yet, but we know that it's definitely coming, and we're preparing that, and we're ready to move forward.